Cool. So, hi,
Howdy.
my name is Jagger, and question number one is what's an average salary for a school counselor?
An average salary for a school counselor. School counselors, it depends if you come in, obviously, with any sort of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And every district has a different scale, but I would say the average starting salary for a school counselor is probably around 40 to $45,000.
Okay.
Um, I chose being a school counselor because I always knew that I wanted to work with children in some capacity. I didn't know what capacity that would be. So what I did is I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, and then after that point, I went into social work, and I was an intake social worker where I investigated child abuse and child neglect and worked with families on trying to make their home environment safe for their kids. And it was during that time in social work that I worked hand in hand with a lot of school counselors. I would go into the schools and interview kids and talk to kids, and it was at that point that I really started thinking about becoming a school counselor. In the state of Ohio, you can teach and become a school counselor, or you also do not have to have that teaching experience to be a school counselor. I had obviously different experiences, and even though I didn't teach, I certainly feel that my background helped prepare me to be a school counselor. So so that kind of was a slow process, but over time it evolved into knowing what I wanted to do.
Nice.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift.
Then what's a typical day look like for you?
Typical day is I get here at about 6:35 in the morning, and I come in that early to basically be able to do emails and basically just get things done. I sometimes feel that I get more done from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning, that hour before school starts, than I do during the school day. But I basically get in, make sure all of my emails that I may have received the evening before that I did not respond to are answered. And then it's pretty much preparing for the day. As I go through the day, it's a constant revolving door of seeing students, whether it's a student that has a schedule problem or a student that has a personal problem or something to that effect. As a high school counselor, a lot of our day is spent doing different forms of paperwork, you could say. I, in the morning, make sure I check Naviance. Naviance is a program that we use and most schools use to send off transcripts. And so this time of year, a lot of kids are starting to apply to college.
Right.
So we're sending transcripts. We are to explain all that we do throughout the day. It's sort of, obviously every day is different, but it can go from answering emails to talking to parents to doing peer mediations with students who are having conflict with each other, to talking to students about their career goals, to me checking to make sure kids have all the credits and state testing points that they need to graduate. It's kind of, every 10 to 15 minutes, it seems, during the day, it's a different hat.
Right.
And so you certainly, to be an effective school counselor, you have to learn how to multitask and kind of juggle all those different responsibilities.
Right. Do you ever wish that you didn't take this kind of job?
No, I've always been very, very content with being a school counselor. There might be certain days that it's easy to, kind of think, my gosh, why am I doing this? Some days you feel like you're making a difference. Some days maybe you feel like you're not making an impact the way you wish. But no, for the most part, I thoroughly enjoy being a school counselor, and all that it entails.
That's good. Uh, okay. And then how has your job affected your life?
How has it affected my life? Well, the best way to answer that would probably just be, you try to leave the stress of the job here at school, and you try not to take it home with you. But obviously, there are times where, you've had a really rough day, and as a school counselor, because we listen and talk so much during the day, sometimes when we go home to our families, we don't listen and talk as much as we probably should. And so, yeah, in the evenings, many times I just kind of like to go home and kind of relax and kind of not problem solve. Try to rest my mind and just kind of you try to relax a little bit. But I have a wife and kids, and sometimes they get shortchanged a little bit because they don't get they kind of get the tired, stressed out, mentally stressed out dad that comes home instead of the one that is willing to always help with homework or problem solve their problems or whatever. So
Right.
probably just again, most difficult part is just kind of leaving work at work and just
Right.
going home to fulfill your other responsibilities outside of school.
From the fight, I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. It's gotta be short and it's gotta be soon and it's gotta be larger than life, larger than life. Up where the mountains meet the heavens above, up where the lightning splits the sea.